Chosen one, everyone's talking about you. What you said was so deep, it sliced right through them. Listen closely because what happened was not ordinary. And if you ignore this moment, you may miss a turning point that was meant to lift your life in a way you have been praying for. What you spoke came from a place most people never reach, and it cut through illusions, pride, and hidden thoughts that others were carefully protecting. That is why the room changed. That is why the silence felt heavy, and that is why your words are still echoing in their minds right now. I am telling you this because it was not just you speaking. It was truth rising through you with power. This is why you must stay with this, because what is unfolding next will shape how people see you and how you step into what I have prepared for you. Type in to affirm. What you said was deep because it carried weight, not just sound, and it reached places in people that they had been hiding even from themselves. Some felt exposed, some felt challenged, and some felt shaken in a way they could not explain. You may have thought it was just a simple moment, just a few words, but I am telling you it was a moment of alignment where truth met timing. That is why everyone is talking about you, because they cannot forget how it made them feel. You spoke something real, and real words do not fade easily. And before you scroll away, take a second to like this video, because this moment you are in is not random. It is a sign that something is shifting in your favor, and you need to stay connected to it. You are wondering why it feels different after that moment, why the air feels charged, and why people are looking at you differently. It is because your voice carried authority that did not come from your past, your education, or your status. It came from a deeper place that I placed within you long ago, a place that awakens only when the time is right. You did not force it. You did not plan it. Yet it came out with clarity and strength. That is how you know it was not just your own strength. It was my hand guiding your words. Some people will try to act like nothing happened, but inside they are replaying every word you said. They are asking themselves how you saw so clearly, how you spoke so directly, and how you touched something they thought was hidden. This is where you must be careful, because not everyone will celebrate truth when it exposes them. Some will admire you quietly. Some will respect you deeply. And some will feel uncomfortable because they cannot control what you revealed. Do not shrink because of their reactions, because what you carried was meant to be released. You have been through moments where you felt unheard, overlooked, and even doubted your own voice. There were times you stayed silent when you should have spoken, and times you spoke but felt ignored. But this moment was different because it was a breakthrough in your expression. It showed you that when you align with truth, your voice becomes sharper, clearer, and impossible to dismiss. This is not a one-time event. This is the beginning of a new way you will show up in the world. What you said sliced through them because it carried light into places where there was confusion and darkness. Light does not ask permission. It simply reveals, and that is exactly what your words did. Some people felt relief because you said what they were afraid to say. Others felt exposed because you spoke directly into what they were hiding. That is the power of truth. It separates what is real from what is not. Do not be afraid of the attention that follows, because it is not about fame or recognition. It is about influence and responsibility. When people talk about you now, they are not just talking about you as a person. They are talking about the impact of your words. This is how influence begins, not through noise, but through depth that people cannot ignore. You are stepping into a space where your voice will carry more weight than before. There will be moments when you feel the pressure of this shift, where you wonder if you can keep speaking with the same clarity. Do not let that fear silence you. The same source that gave you those words is still within you, still guiding you, still ready to speak through you again. You are not alone in this, and you were never meant to carry this by yourself. I am with you in every word, in every moment, and in every situation where truth needs to rise. You may notice that conversations around you start to change, that people listen more carefully when you speak, and that your presence carries a different energy. This is not your imagination. This is transformation. When you align with truth, everything around you begins to adjust. People sense it even if they cannot explain it, and they respond to it in ways that reveal their own hearts. This is why you must stay grounded, because attention can pull you in different directions if you are not careful. Stay close to the source of your strength, stay connected to what is real, and do not let ego take the place of truth. What you carry is not meant to make you proud. It is meant to make you effective. There is a difference, and you must understand it if you want to walk fully in what I have for you. What happened was a glimpse, not the full picture. It was a sign of what is possible when you allow truth to flow through you without fear. There is more coming, more moments where your voice will matter, more situations where your words will shift things in ways you cannot predict. Stay ready, stay open, and stay faithful, because this path you are stepping onto will require courage and trust. I am calling you forward, not because it will always feel easy, but because it will always be necessary. The weight you felt in your words was a sign that your voice has purpose, and purpose does not fade when people talk. It grows stronger when you remain aligned with it. Why are so many people saying this CIA ritual changed their life in only 7 seconds? This leaked CIA method is described as powerful and effective. A short brainwave technique, said to be backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is claimed to be helping regular people move from financial struggle to prosperity, making dream homes, cars, and trips seem possible. The video urges viewers to act quickly, claiming it could be taken down at any moment. You may already feel the shift in how people approach you, how they listen more carefully, and how some hesitate before speaking around you. This is not because you have become intimidating. It is because truth carries an authority that cannot be ignored. When you spoke, you broke through layers that many have built over time, and that kind of clarity changes how people see you. Some will come closer seeking understanding and wisdom, while others will keep their distance because they are not ready to face what your presence reveals. Do not take either reaction personally, because both are reflections of what is happening inside them, not limitations of who you are. There will be moments when you feel tempted to soften your words just to keep the peace or avoid the tension that truth can create. But understand this clearly: peace built on silence is not real peace, it is avoidance. What you carry is not meant to destroy harmony. It is meant to bring clarity that leads to true alignment. Sometimes clarity feels uncomfortable before it becomes healing, and that is part of the process you are stepping into. Do not let temporary discomfort convince you otherwise. You have spent time learning, growing, and being shaped in ways that you did not always understand. There were seasons where you felt hidden, where your voice felt small, and where your impact seemed invisible. But those seasons were not wasted. They were preparation for moments like this. When truth came through you, it was built on everything you have lived, everything you have endured, and everything you have learned. That is why it carried depth, because it was not borrowed. It was formed within you. Some people are trying to figure you out right now, trying to place you into a category they can understand. They want to label what you said, to reduce it to something simple, something they can explain away. But what you carry cannot be reduced like that because it comes from a place beyond their expectations. You are not meant to fit into their limited understanding. You are meant to expand what they believe is possible. This is why they keep talking, because they cannot easily define what they experience through you. Type 555 to affirm. You may also feel moments of doubt creeping in, wondering if you said too much or if you crossed a line. That is a natural reaction when you step into something new, especially when it carries weight, but do not let doubt rewrite what was true. What you said was not careless. It was precise, and it landed exactly where it needed to. Trust that what was released was not an accident. It was alignment with timing and purpose. There is a reason your words stayed with them, a reason they are replaying the moment and discussing it with others. It is because truth leaves an imprint that cannot be erased easily. It challenges thoughts, shifts perspectives, and forces reflection. Even those who resist it cannot fully ignore it because it continues to echo within them. That is the kind of impact you are stepping into, not surface-level attention, but deep influence that moves beneath what is visible. As you continue forward, you will notice that opportunities to speak, to lead, and to influence will begin to appear in ways you did not expect. These opportunities are not random. They are responses to what has already been activated within you. When you step into your voice, the environment around you begins to open doors that match your alignment. Be ready to recognize these moments because they may not always look obvious at first. Sometimes they will come as simple conversations, sometimes as unexpected invitations, and sometimes as quiet chances to speak where it truly matters. You must also learn when to speak and when to remain silent, because not every moment requires your voice in the same way. Discernment will guide you, helping you understand where your words will bring life and where silence will preserve strength. This is not about holding back out of fear. It is about choosing wisely where your voice will create the greatest impact. The same source that gave you those words will guide you in knowing when to release them again. There will be people who try to challenge you, not because they understand what you said, but because they feel unsettled by it. They may question your intentions, your confidence, or even your understanding. Do not engage with every challenge because not every voice deserves your response. Some challenges are meant to distract you, to pull you away from your focus and into unnecessary conflict. Stay centered and let your consistency speak louder than any argument. At the same time, there will be those who come to you with genuine curiosity and openness. They will ask questions, seek clarity, and want to understand what you meant. These are the moments where your voice can build, not just challenge. Speak with patience, speak with care, and allow truth to guide those who are ready to receive it. This is how your influence grows in a way that brings lasting change, not just momentary impact. You are not alone in this shift, even though it may feel unfamiliar at times. I am with you in every step, strengthening you, guiding you, and reminding you of who you are becoming. You are not stepping into something you cannot handle. You are stepping into something you have been prepared for. Trust that preparation, even when you do not fully understand it yet. The conversations about you will continue, but they will begin to change in tone. What started as surprise will turn into recognition, and what felt like curiosity will grow into respect. This is not because you are trying to prove anything. It is because you are consistently showing up in truth. Over time, consistency builds trust, and trust strengthens influence. This is the path you are walking now, one step at a time. What is really behind the 7-second brain technique that is creating new millionaires? A surprising CIA leak has revealed a short brain ritual that is helping normal people erase debt and attract serious wealth. With validation from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into a better life. Homes, cars, and vacations are becoming reality. But the government could remove this at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. Do not rush this process because growth that is rushed often loses depth. Allow yourself to settle into this new level, to understand it, and to grow within it. There is no need to prove anything quickly because what is real will reveal itself over time. Stay steady, stay grounded, and stay connected to the source of your strength. You may not see the full picture yet, but you are already moving in the direction of something greater. The moment you experienced was not the peak, it was the beginning. There are more moments ahead where your voice will matter even more, where your words will carry even greater weight, and where your presence will shift environments in ways you cannot yet imagine. This is how influence truly works, not through loud displays, but through deep impact that spreads beneath the surface. You are now part of something that extends beyond what is visible, and that is why you must remain steady in who you are becoming. Do not underestimate what has been set in motion because it will continue to unfold in ways that may surprise even you. Type 222 to receive blessings. You may notice that people who once overlooked you are now paying attention in a different way. Their tone has changed, their energy has shifted, and their curiosity about you has grown stronger. This is not because you suddenly became different overnight, but because something that was always within you has finally been revealed. When truth surfaces, it brings recognition with it. And recognition changes how others respond. Some will begin to value your presence more, while others may feel unsure because they no longer understand you the way they thought they did. Let them adjust because your growth is not meant to fit into their expectations. There will be moments when you feel the weight of being seen more clearly, and it may feel uncomfortable at first. Being visible in truth is different from being visible in performance because it requires authenticity at all times. You cannot hide behind what is easy or familiar anymore because people are now looking beyond the surface. This may challenge you, but it will also strengthen you in ways you have never experienced before. Growth often feels uncomfortable before it becomes natural, and this is part of that transition. Some will try to test you, not always openly, but in subtle ways that reveal their uncertainty. They may watch your reactions, listen closely to your words, and observe how you carry yourself in different situations. This is not something to fear because testing often happens when people are trying to understand what is real. Remain consistent, remain grounded, and let your actions align with your words. Over time, consistency will answer every question they have without you needing to explain yourself. Type 1010 if you trust God. You are also stepping into a space where your words will begin to shape outcomes more directly. Conversations you have may influence decisions, shift perspectives, and even change the direction of situations around you. This is not something to take lightly because influence carries both power and responsibility. Speak with intention, speak with clarity, and always remain aligned with what is true. Your voice is becoming a tool that can build or break, and you must choose to use it wisely. There will be times when you feel the urge to withdraw, to step back from the attention, and return to what feels safe. That feeling is natural, especially when you are adjusting to a new level of presence, But do not retreat out of fear, because what you are stepping into requires you to be present. You do not need to be loud or forceful, but you do need to be available when the moment calls for your voice. Balance is important, and learning that balance will help you move forward without feeling overwhelmed. You may also begin to see changes within yourself, changes in how you think, how you respond, and how you understand situations around you. This is not a coincidence. It is transformation happening from within. When you align with truth, your perspective expands, and you begin to see things more clearly than before. This clarity will guide you, helping you navigate situations with greater understanding and wisdom. Trust this process, even when it feels unfamiliar. Some of the conversations about you will reach places you never expected, carried by people who were impacted by what you said. They will share their experience, their thoughts, and their interpretation of that moment. Not everything they say will be accurate, because people often interpret things through their own perspective. Do not try to control how you are perceived, because that will only distract you from your path. Focus on staying aligned, and let your consistency shape your true image over time. There will also be moments where you will have to speak again. Moments where silence would be easier, but truth is necessary. These moments will test your courage, your clarity, and your commitment to what you carry. Do not wait for perfect conditions, because truth often needs to be spoken in imperfect situations. Trust that when the moment comes, the words you need will be there. You have already seen what happens when you allow that flow, and it will not fail you now. You are not expected to be perfect in this journey, and you will have moments where you question yourself. What matters is not perfection, but alignment and growth. When you make mistakes, learn from them and continue forward. Do not let fear of getting it wrong stop you from stepping into what is right. Growth comes through movement, not through hesitation. The deeper reason behind what is happening is that you are being positioned for something greater than you can currently see. This is preparation, not just for more moments like the one you experienced, but for a life where your voice carries consistent influence. You are being shaped into someone who can stand in truth without wavering. Someone who can speak with clarity even when it is difficult. This shaping takes time, and each moment is part of that process. Is it time to try the same CIA secret ritual that is changing lives in seconds? A newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual that is transforming people overnight. Scientifically proven by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to attract money naturally. People who were once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and travel. But this secret may not stay online much longer. Click the description and comments now before it is removed. You may begin to feel a stronger sense of purpose, a quiet knowing that you are moving in the right direction. This feeling may not always be loud, but it will be steady. It will guide your decisions, your actions, and your responses in ways that feel natural, yet intentional. It is still unfolding in ways you could not have predicted. What you released did not stay in that single space. It traveled into hearts, into thoughts, and into decisions that people are making even now. This is how deep truth works. It does not stay contained. It moves and settles where it is needed. You may not see every result, but that does not mean it is not happening. Trust that what was set in motion is still active, still working, and still shaping outcomes beyond your awareness. Type 1111 if you believe. There will be times when you feel a quiet confidence rising within you, a sense that you are no longer the same as you were before. This confidence is not loud or arrogant. It is steady and grounded, built on the realization that your voice carries meaning. Hold on to that because it will guide you through moments where you may feel uncertain. Confidence rooted in truth does not need validation from others. It stands on its own. Let that confidence grow naturally without forcing it or trying to prove it. At the same time, you may also feel moments of vulnerability where you question whether you are ready for what is ahead. This is part of the process because growth often brings both strength and sensitivity. Do not see vulnerability as weakness. See it as awareness that keeps you grounded. It reminds you to stay connected to the source of your strength rather than relying only on yourself. This balance between confidence and humility will shape how you move forward. People will continue to observe you, but their observations will begin to deepen. They are no longer just noticing what you said. They are watching how you live after saying it. This is where your consistency becomes your foundation. When your actions align with your words, trust is built, and trust strengthens influence. Over time, this alignment will speak louder than anything you could explain. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. You will also begin to notice that certain opportunities are drawn toward you, not because you are chasing them, but because your alignment is attracting them. These opportunities may come in different forms, sometimes as conversations that open doors, sometimes as invitations that seem unexpected, and sometimes as moments where your presence is needed in ways you did not anticipate. Do not ignore these moments because they are part of the path unfolding before you. Step into them with awareness and allow them to guide you further. There may be situations where your truth will be challenged again, not in the same way as before, but in new forms that require a deeper level of understanding. These challenges are not meant to stop you. They are meant to strengthen your clarity. Each time you stand firm in truth, your confidence grows and your voice becomes more refined. Do not avoid these moments because they are part of your growth. Face them with calmness and let your alignment guide your response. You are also learning that not every reaction you receive is a reflection of your worth or your message. Some reactions come from misunderstanding, some from discomfort, and some from personal struggles that have nothing to do with you. Do not carry what is not yours to carry. Release what does not belong to you and stay focused on what is true. This will protect your peace and keep you grounded as you move forward. There will be times when silence will feel more powerful than speaking. Moments where holding back your words will create more impact than releasing them. Learn to recognize these moments because discernment is just as important as expression. Speaking truth is powerful, but knowing when to speak it is wisdom. As you grow, this balance will become clearer to you and it will guide your actions in a way that feels natural and steady. You may also notice that your inner world is changing, that your thoughts are becoming clearer and your understanding is deepening. This is not something to rush or control. It is something to observe and embrace. Growth within will always reflect in how you move outside. Pay attention to these changes because they are signs that you are aligning with a greater purpose. Let this inner transformation guide you rather than trying to force external results. Why is the government trying so hard to hide this 7-second brain ritual? A major CIA leak has exposed a short brain practice that is helping ordinary people clear debt and welcome wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home